hospital was empty, quiet and brighter than usual, like waking up on a snow day. But I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel much of anything. Weird. Normally opening my eyes to a room this bright would give me a migraine. Instead, I felt no pain at all. No aching muscles, no bed sores, not even a hint of dizziness or nausea. For the first time in 7 years, I felt completely normal. Either I'm cured, this is a dream, or dead. Hello? I called out, but no one came. Nurse? I searched for the call button on the side of my bed, but it wasn't there. Yep, definitely a dream then. My IV bag dripped in response. Or these are some next level painkillers. What am I supposed to do now? Fine, I'll just go and find someone. Put on some slippers and walked out into the hall. Much to my dismay, there didn't seem to be anyone here either. Something was definitely wrong. Even in the dead of night, you'd see a nurse or two scurrying these halls. Or, at the very least, a janitor. But it's broad daylight, and there's absolutely no one. My footsteps echo quietly in the eerie silence. I peered around the corner to see another empty stretch of hallway before me. Okay, new explanation. Time has stopped. I slept through the fire alarm and everyone already evacuated. And I was left behind in the confusion. Or it's the Rapture, so it's not their fault I was left behind. A nuclear apocalypse? Isn't there a bright flash before the bomb goes off? That must be what this is. I walked steadily down the halls, coming up with more and more ridiculous theories as to what was happening. Finally, a figure appears, saving me from my madness. Hello? Hi. I was too surprised to know how to react. This wasn't the sort of person I expected to find, and she showed up too suddenly. Instead of focusing on all the possible explanations for what was going on, I should have come up with something to say when I inevitably found someone. So stupid. I didn't think anybody else was here. She looks me up and down, glancing to my IV and then back to my face. She's expecting a response. Quick, think of something to say. Where is everybody? You just got here, didn't you? What am I supposed to say to that? No, I didn't just get here. I was admitted a full 7 years ago now. You just got here, ma'am. This hospital, though. There were enough small differences I'd noticed. It was becoming easier to believe this might be a new place entirely. My bad memory doesn't explain the missing call button after all. Or the fact that these halls are so lacking in detail. I guess she's right. Wherever this is, I did just get here. Okay, so where am I exactly? I thought I was still in St. Fellows. Is this a different hospital? She sighs, pausing to consider her words. Listen, this isn't a hospital. You died. Fuck. Okay. Are you okay? You're not having a heart attack, are you? No, I was just really hoping you weren't going to say that. Right, of course. Why would it matter if I was having a heart attack now? I'm apparently dead. I mean, I assumed as much. I just didn't want to face it. How could I have died so unceremoniously? Unless it's just that I don't remember the gruesome details. Guess I should be thankful for that at least. Still, to die in my sleep at the ripe age of 22, it's not how I expected my life to come to an end. The doctors never told me I had however many weeks left to live. It feels so out of nowhere. Did I really die? I'm breathing right now. Out of necessity or habit? The woman clears her throat. I'm sorry, it took me some time to process my own death, too. You're also dead? I've been here for about 3 months now, give or take. I wonder how she died, but it's probably rude to ask a stranger something like that. Not like I'd want to spill my life story either. So what's your story, kid? She asked without hesitation. Oh, I'm not a kid, I'm 22. Really, but you look so young. Being hospitalized stunted my growth, I guess. Why are we talking about this? I died. Who cares what I look like? Wow, only 4 years younger than me. Finally, someone I can relate to a little better. Life is pretty far from the average 22-year-old's experience. It's hard to imagine I would be relatable to her in the slightest. What were you hospitalized for? It's not cancer, is it? She's so unbelievably rude. No, it's hard to explain. Was it terminal? I continue to be astounded by this woman's complete lack of tact. Can we talk about something else? Sorry, I'm asking because I wanted to discern what your goal might be. My goal? I'm dead. Surely there's no reason left to pursue any kind of goals. To my surprise, she laughs. This might be some kind of afterlife, but that doesn't mean we should give up on living. My name is Scarlet. I'm going to get my second shot at life, even if it kills me. Moving words for someone who's already dead. What about you? Do you want to go back? I want to go back. Go back to where? When? To where I left off? To before I was hospitalized? The thought of returning to my current everyday life, resuming the stasis I've been in for the past 7 years, just doesn't sound all that appealing to me. It's not that I'd rather be dead. It's more like, now that I've died, I feel like I could come to accept it. My head doesn't hurt, and I've been standing here for a while now without feeling dizzy. That's huge for me. I wonder if I even need this IV anymore. I answered her honestly. I don't know. That makes sense. It sounds like you just got here after all. What's your name? It's Ashley. Ash for short. All right, Ashley, walk with me. I'll tell you everything I know. She turned immediately with complete confidence that I would follow right after her. So I did. Scarlet walked at an easy pace, explaining the mechanics of this afterlife as if it were a speech she'd rehearsed and recited 20 times. Maybe she had. Clearly, I wasn't the first dead person she'd welcome here. It was surreal. Thinking about the situation I was in, but also how I had no trouble focusing on her explanation despite that. Usually I feel so lost in a fog, but my mind is completely clear right now. Is this how my brain would function if I were healthy? Not that it matters anymore. Based on Scarlet's explanation, I should consider this place to be purgatory. We died, but we can move on from here. It's unclear exactly where we would move on to. Apparently, that's up to death. We were on our way to meet them now. So we don't get hungry? Right. Or thirsty? There's nothing to eat or drink here anyway. And we can't sleep? You know, I haven't actually tried. But after 3 full months with no sleep, I haven't had any sort of adverse health effects. Safe to say, it's unnecessary. You know for sure it's been 3 months? Time is definitely passing. I've been using my watch to track the days. Because there's no sunrise or sunset. I slow my pace and Scarlet stops in front of me, There's a pitying look on her face. The stasis isn't so bad once you get used to it. I'm already tired of how bright it is. Scarlet laughs, but I wasn't joking. I may have been spared from my usual migraine, but the constant intensity of the light is unnerving to me. If I had a choice of which hospital to spend purgatory in, I'd say St. Fellows was the better option. At least there, I had the changing seasons to look forward to. How it'd get quieter after visiting hours were over. The chatty nurses telling me about their day as they changed my IV. Being in the hospital for so long, you learn to love the little things. The alternative is to just feel miserable all the time. I'm not miserable. I'm still alive. I can't even say that anymore. I grip the pole of my IV stand a little tighter. Still too afraid to leave it behind. The last few wayward souls who came through here, they made it out pretty quick. Maybe you'll be able to bargain with death too. Then you won't have to get used to this light. I'm not very good at bargaining. She laughs again and presses the button for the elevator. I'll help you. I'm good at debate. Thanks. Elevator doors open to reveal a man stacking coins in the center of the floor. Don't come in! I blinked at the confusing sight, but Scarlet cut in without missing a beat. You're still at this? It's been 2 days! There's a lot of coins, and deadline's coming up pretty soon. Scarlet leaned her forearm against the elevator door to prevent it from closing. Well, can we get in? I'm taking Ashley here to meet death. Could you maybe catch the next one? No? Scarlet forced her way in, knocking over a stack of coins in the process. Why are you so pushy, Miss Scarlet? Because you're wasting your time. Come on, Ashley. She motioned for me to follow, and I stepped into the elevator. I did my best to avoid the coins at my feet. It was an awkward ride. When we reached the basement, Scarlet went on ahead. The man moved to shield his coin stacks from her reckless stride, but it turned out to be unnecessary. Her intent seemed more focused on escorting me to wherever death was, I guess. To the side of the elevator door was another pile of coins. Upon closer inspection, they looked to be some type of play currency. At least I'm not aware of any coins with a skull on them. Doubloons, maybe? Judging by the cartoony design, it seemed like something used for a board game rather than by pirates. Curious and not particularly in any rush to meet death, I stopped to talk to the man. Why are you stacking coins, mister? Keldion. And you're Ashley, right? I prefer Ash. Celadon? Celadon picks up a small stack of coins and transports them to a larger pile beside the elevator. His process is methodical, efficient. Till he really has been at this for 2 days. It's my trial, so I can revive. He shuffles back into the elevator to pick up the next stack of coins. Trial? Scarlet, clearly tired of waiting, returns to my side. Death told him he had 3 days to bring coins from the top floor to the basement. If he reaches a certain amount, his soul will be released. They have to stay stacked like this. If a single coin faces tails up, it won't count. Sounds tedious. No, I don't mind. It's good exercise. Goes back for the next round of coins. Leave him, Ashley. He's done hundreds of these trials. Death isn't going to let him pass this time either. As Scarlet walks away again, elevator doors begin to close. Celadon stumbles from his place to block them. The stack of coins he's holding wobbles dangerously, but he quickly steadies them and continues his work as if nothing had happened. I feel sorry for him. Here, I can help. Really? You don't have to. It looks fun. We both know I'm lying, but he smiles anyway. In that case, feel free. Clack, clack, clack. I carefully stack the coins that Scarlet scattered on the elevator floor, checking that each one is facing heads up. It's easy to get absorbed in the task, somewhat addictive even. Each coin I place down gives me a small sense of satisfaction. I'm not even getting sore from being hunched over. That part is nice. I can't imagine being stuck doing this for 2 full days, though. That's some serious endurance. Celadon came back and forth, carrying each stack of coins out into the hall. Every once in a while, the elevator door would try to close, and he would lean against it to keep it open. I wondered if I'd be more useful just holding the button down for him, but he seemed to have developed a rhythm around it. I didn't want to interrupt that rhythm any more than I already had. When the last of the coins were gathered into stacks, I began carrying them out with him. So nice of you to lend a hand. Hopefully it's not against the rules or anything. Oh, I'm not messing things up for you, am I? Probably not. I mean, sometimes I feel my trials is on a technicality. Well, anyway, Death didn't say anything about doing it all on my own, just that I had to carry them by hand. Am I doing the right thing by helping him? As long as he's fine with it, I guess. Step out of the now empty elevator and into the coin-filled hall. No one's ever helped me with my trials before. He starts heading in the direction— I pressed that too fast. He starts heading in the direction Scarlet went earlier. I follow, dragging my IV along with one hand and carrying a small stack of coins in the other. And are you sure it's okay for me to keep helping you? Yeah, I don't think it counts as cheating or anything. It's like you're part of my down line. Down line? Yeah, we're like a team. You do a bit of work for me and we both profit. I can give you some of my coins when this is over. How does that sound? The offer catches me off guard. I wasn't doing this for any kind of profit. I just wanted to be nice. No thanks. I don't have pockets. Well, let me know if you change your mind then. I wince a little at how enthusiastically he delivered his pun. Finally, we reached the end of the hall. The room we were transporting the coins to turned out to be a morgue. I could now see firsthand the result of his past 2 days of effort. Glancing around the room, I lock eyes with Scarlet. She shifts her gaze to Celadon, who is currently preoccupied lining up his stacks of coins with the others. And then, suddenly clicks for me. Of course, the place we'd find Death waiting would be the morgue. This is where they keep the bodies. The thought of it chills me to the bone, so I focus on the coins in my hand, place them down with the rest, then move to follow Celadon back out into the hall. Ashley, wait. I stop in my tracks, then reluctantly turn to face the person who was supposed to be helping me negotiate my revival. You feel sorry for him, don't you? She's right, but I'm still inclined to argue. I'm just trying to help. His trial is ending soon anyway, right? It's not a There's not a lot of time left, Miss Scarlet. He shouts back at us from the hall. His footsteps echo down it as he goes back for more coins. You're a nice girl, Ashley. But don't you think you should focus on saving your own soul? She says, entirely focused on saving mine. Helping others while I'm at it doesn't hurt. You're doing it too. She doesn't say anything back. I'm already out the door, catching up to Celadon. His pace slows once he realizes I'm following him. As I close the distance, I try to make conversation. It's, kind of messed up that death is making you carry all these coins into the morgue. Morgue? We're walking together now. He blinks at me. Oh, right. You're new. What do you see this place as, Ash? What do I see it as? We're in some kind of purgatory, aren't we? Your idea of purgatory has a morgue? That is a little dark. I'm confused by what he's asking me. Y'all see this place differently? For me, it's, well, kind of personal, but I don't mind telling you. This place looks like the rehab facility I was sent to in my early 20s. I was only there for a short time, but it left an impression, I guess. Rehab. We each pick up the next stack of coins. Yeah, I partied pretty hard back in college. I mean, I thought that's what you were supposed to do in college. Anyway, got so bad my family sent me to rehab for a bit. I've been sober ever since. Huh? I have no idea how to respond. It's so far out of my own experience that I can't imagine what it must have been like at all. Were you in college? Were you in college, Ash, before you got here? You're not still in high school, are you? No, I've been in the hospital since I was a teenager. I didn't actually get to go to high school. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry. We reach the morgue again, walk back inside. Scarlet doesn't bother us this time. Celadon and I place our own coins down, ready to head back out for more. Before we leave, I reconsider this morgue. This room looks different to Celadon. Scarlet too. She told me before that this isn't a hospital. I wonder what it looks like to her. It's not really a morgue. A lot easier to push down the anxiety I feel about being in here. This is all made up. Set dressing. The coins we're carrying aren't real. Maybe I'll wake up soon and realize it was a dream all along. Stack by stack, we carry away the coins in the hall until there are none left. When I offered to help him, I didn't think I'd get so into it, but the work was meditative. Helped keep my mind off of things. I'm here because I died. I haven't been able to process that yet. Just dove into helping this stranger with his trial. A trial I don't know anything about. I don't want to think about any of that. I just want to keep focusing on the task at hand. The trial will be over soon. Death will come to pass judgment. How this works, isn't it? Sure enough, as we carry the last of the coins, we are greeted by death. A hooded figure carrying a scythe, her face hidden by a mask. The sight of them startles me, but take care not to drop any of Celadon's coins. She's young. She doesn't belong here. Scarlet must be bargaining for my soul like we talked about. Nice of her to do that, even though I was busy helping Celadon instead. She fits in pretty well as far as I can see. Death stares in my direction. Are they watching me? I can't tell with the mask. Do you think we have time for one more trip up the elevator? Celadon looks antsy. I'm not sure what he's worried about, though. Already brought so many coins. This isn't enough? Maybe, but one last trip wouldn't hurt. It looks like he's asking my permission. Death walks over to us before I can respond. Time's up, Donnie! Donnie? That's kind of cute. Please, stop calling me that. Only my mom calls me Donnie. Scarlet strides over to us, indignant. Excuse me, our conversation was not over. Schedule's full, babe. Come back with a better argument tomorrow. I'm busy. Just tell him he failed and get it over with already. Please, don't do that. I worked really hard. So the trial really is over now. Excuse me? They all turned to face me at once. I'm a little surprised they listened and massively uncomfortable with the attention. Are you really gonna check through every coin? Not just check 'em. There's a hint of a smirk in their voice. I'm gonna flip 'em. Flip? And there's the catch. For every coin you brought, we're gonna play heads or tails. If any of them land on tails, you lose. Well, I thought I just had a place in here face up. Flipping every single one? That's impossible. What are the odds of getting heads so many times in a row? 50-50 for each coin. That's technically possible, right? Not gonna happen. Pretty awful RNG. Isn't this game kind of rigged? There's no way to get heads every time. I told you it was a waste of time. All my effort just made the odds even worse. I can't help but feel a little responsible for increasing his burden. Not that removing my contributions would have changed this outcome. Death flips the first coin. Heads. I pick up the next one. Oh, heads again. They're definitely taking pleasure in this. Celadon cringes visibly at the sound of each coin being tossed. The third coin lands on heads, then a fourth. He watches the results, unable to speak. But it can't go on forever. In fact, it might be set up to make him start to think he has a chance, only for Death to take that away. Just a coin flip, but they managed to turn it into an immense psychological torture. Bringing fewer coins would have given him better odds, but then would he fail for not meeting the minimum requirement? See why Scarlet didn't bother to help him before. Death's trials are made to be unwinnable. The coin flips pause, and Death turns to me. Hey, Ashley, heads or tails? Tails. I wasn't asking you. Death wants me to call it. Tails, like Scarlet said. I want this to be over. It's just too cruel. I flip the coin. Tails, you lose. Come on, that's not fair. His voice wavers. I think he might cry, which is probably Death's aim with this. Crushing his spirit, giving him hope, only to snuff it right back out. What do they gain from toying with people like that? Celadon has done a lot of these, right? I can't stop myself from speaking up. The situation is too unfair. Yeah. So, why can't you just just released his soul already. He's tried pretty hard, right? He's got plenty of time. Oh, what do you mean? Death mounts their scythe like a witch on a broomstick. Barely know how to react as my eyes follow them. I can only think of how the ceiling is higher up than I realized. They drift to a stop, then grasp the handle on one of the metal doors. Am I about to see a corpse? It's not a real morgue, but there'd still be actual bodies in there. And why hadn't I noticed that this room looks infinitely tall until now? The metal door swings open and a long drawer slides out. It's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it seems to be lined with rows upon rows of hourglasses? Is in here. What are those? The countdown for every soul that comes in here. Countdown? Why is this the first I'm hearing of a countdown? You never asked. Like you'd have told me. This is how long you have left to live. The sand in the small hourglass falls steadily down, a human life measured in grains of sand. Nice try, we're like already dead. Not quite. Celadon stares at the ground, wringing his hands. What do you mean? Death descends again, Celadon's hourglass in hand. Want to see what happens when I turn this over? They say in a teasing voice, like it's a game to them. This is someone's life. No. Celadon says what we must all be thinking. But it's cool. Check it out. When Death flips the hourglass over, we all expect the sand inside to reverse direction. But it doesn't. It continues falling upward, defying gravity. This is how long we have left to live, meaning we are still alive. And maybe because we're still alive, we have a chance to revive. Scarlet said she's been here for 3 months. How much time does she have left? Time do I have left? Scarlet lets out an incredulous huff. So, you're just going to torture him until his time runs out? Will you release him once it gets down to the wire, or will you let him die in the end? That's up to him. Unbelievable. We're, still alive, even though this is the afterlife? Didn't Scarlet tell you? To Scarlet, but she's already stormed away. She taps her foot, facing away from us. This is the afterlife for souls who died. Social death. Y'all ended up here because you're miserable losers. I follow Celadon back to the elevator and up to the ground floor. He holds his hourglass, tapping on it gently, but it does nothing to stop the flow of sand. We aren't dead yet, but could die soon. Unless Death decides to release our souls, let us revive. We need to pass a trial to do that, as far as I understand it. But the trials are designed to waste our time. Is it a trick then? Is there some other way to overcome this? I don't have enough information. I need to find out more about the rules of this place. Celadon breaks me out of my thoughts and brings me back to the present. Thanks for helping me earlier. No problem. I am sorry for not telling you sooner about the social death thing. That's okay. It'd be a weird thing to explain, right? Yeah, so weird. Since he was here before Scarlet, he must know a lot more about this place than she does. Maybe sticking with him was the right call. I can ask him all sorts of things. Be the right person to talk to? Yeah, Celadon is the nicest guy here. He's not intimidating like the others. Hey, let's talk. Sure, Ash. There's something in particular you wanted to talk about? Everything that happened, I guess. Ah, yeah. How are you feeling after all that? A lot to take in, huh? Death called us miserable losers. A little harsh, right? Yeah, I'm not really miserable, but you're right about me not having any friends. Oh, well, I'll be your friend. You helped me out after all. I'm struck by his warmth. He seems so genuine. Can I call you Donnie? Please, anything but that. We share a laugh and continue chatting. I tell him about myself. Most of my life has revolved around my illness, being hospitalized, how I hadn't had any visitors in over a year. That must have been what marked my social death. My family, everyone, I was dead to them. It hurts to think about, so I changed the subject. What was your life like? How long have you been here? You know, not really sure how long it's been. Scarlett's the only one with the watch. It doesn't get dark? The days must really blend together, huh? It's probably been a few years. Could you ask Death to find out? They don't like me very much. He sits in one of the chairs and I take the one beside him. My life before this was, I don't know, I ran my own business, I had a wife, thought my family cared about me. But I went into debt, and no matter how much effort I put into my job, I just sunk deeper and deeper. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do, working hard, hustling, you know? His breath grows unsteady. I don't know what to say, so I keep listening. When she handed me the divorce papers, I thought, great, now I can spend more time selling products. My whole family stopped talking to me. I don't know what I did wrong. Those products help people, but my mom called it a scam. But it's not a scam. They're health supplements. I use them myself. If you have enough people in your downline, you can make thousands of dollars a week. You just have to keep recruiting. And it's fun. You get to work from home and talk to people you never would have talked to before. It's the kind of work you could even do from a hospital bed. Heck, might feel better if you take them yourself. Health supplements? The company is called You Thrive. Get it? Because it makes you thrive. His mood changed really suddenly. I've never really heard of this company, but it sounds important to him. Ash, when we get out of here, I'll send you the sample kit. You can try it for yourself. That's okay. I shouldn't be taking supplements without my doctor's permission. That's what's great about You Thrive. It doesn't interfere with any medications. It just boosts your immune system, along with so many other benefits. This is getting weird. Why is he giving me a sales pitch when we might be stuck in the afterlife forever? Celadon, I'm healthy, so it didn't make any sense that I died. And now he seems back to normal. So this social death thing, that must be it, because no one talks to me anymore. They all blocked my number. Did he scare everyone off with how intense he is about his job? That is pretty sad. Well, at least we have each other, right? We're not friendless losers anymore. Celadon smiles at me, then takes his hourglass from his pocket. He stares down at it with a great sadness in his eyes. The years he's spent in here, doing death's impossible trials, must have taken its toll on him. beneath the friendly exterior is a man on the verge of breaking. He had his back, not knowing what else to do. If he was to revive, would he be able to make new friends? Would I? Maybe I can give him a bit of hope. Hey, let's help each other. Huh? The thing about social life is it starts as soon as you make even one friend. And we're friends now. So, when we get out of here, all we have to do is stay friends in the real world. Ash? Ha! It was just what I was wondering what would happen if I broke this thing. He slips his hourglass back in his pocket. Thank you. I'll do my best to pass the next trial. After saying goodbye to Celadon, I decide to look around on my own for a while. Where should I go? Let's go to the morgue. I might as well ask Death for more information on this hourglass stuff. I steel myself and press the button labeled B2. When the elevator doors open, Death's scythe drops in through the small gap like a guillotine. The blade sticks in the floor, set a couple of inches deep. It takes me a moment to register what happened. Thank God I wasn't standing right there. Once the door's fully open, they jostle the handle and swing their weapon back over their shoulder casually. I've been expecting you. To kill me? Nah, wanna hang out? You're not gonna swing your scythe at me anymore, right? Don't be such a baby. Follow me. Like I have a choice. Death brings me back to the morgue, but the atmosphere has completely changed. Is this a different room? It is my room. How'd you deck it out so fast? This place looks extremely lived in. From the half-eaten bags of snacks on the floor to the controllers scattered near the beanbag chair. Magic. Don't worry about it. Right, I should have known better than to ask considering I've also seen him fly. Big screen TV catches my attention. There's a tantalizing lineup of all the latest game consoles below it. Are we gonna play video games or something? I'm getting a little excited now. The only games I had in the hospital were on my favorite childhood handheld. Death strides over to the controllers on the floor and picks one of them up. We're gonna play GTA 5. GTA? Glorious Devil's Avarice. How have you not heard of that? Oh, the kids down the street I grew up on had one of those games. I watched them play it, the Sin Town one, I think? Yeah, that's the old one. 5's cooler. It's got way better graphics. How do you play? It's single player. You just watch. Wow. What fun. How long am I gonna be stuck here hanging out with them? Death turns the console on and boots up the game. The graphics really are better than Sin Town's. In GTA, you play as a devil girl named Lucy. She's like if Lucifer were a sexy lady, a raunchy game that appeals to edgy preteens and middle schoolers. In the case of my childhood friends, their parents didn't seem to understand the rating system and bought it out of ignorance. There's a main story mode, but I think most people play the game for the sandbox aspect. You can pick up guns, steal cars, and kill people. Takes place in hell, so I guess you're killing other sinners? I don't think it's the kind of game with deep lore attached to it. Death loads a save and shows me the character. Lucy's dressed in cargo pants and a bikini top, with a huge rifle on her back. She looks absolutely ridiculous, but the over-the-top aesthetic of the game is kind of the selling point. Check this out, they say, equipping a huge rocket launcher. They fire it at a gas station, then walk toward the camera in slow motion for dramatic effect. The explosions in this game are so realistic. Actually, never seen an explosion in real life, so maybe they're not? They look more real than the ones from the previous game anyway. I commented on how cool it was while Death cackles away, stealing a fast-looking car and evading Hell's police force. They're having a great time. Wait, how long do I have to watch them play this? The clock is ticking on the hourglass situation. Hey Death, can you pause? Why? Because, well, I was wondering when you were going to give out more trials. Death hits pause on the controller and turns to me. Why? I mean, I haven't gotten one yet, and you haven't given me my hourglass either. It's because you don't have one. I don't? I'll give you a trial later. Now, do you want to watch me play GTA or not? Is it okay if I don't? Do whatever you want. They unpause their game. I'll take that as my cue to leave. I make my way back to the elevator, feeling a bit drained. I figure it's best for me just to go back to the room I woke up in this morning. If it was even morning. I press the button and the doors close. I find Scarlet leaning against the wall in the hallway where we first met. She comes up here to think. It is nice and quiet. She notices me right away thanks to the wheels of my IV stand rolling across the tile floor. Once we make eye contact, I give a little wave and a smile. Oh, Ashley. Hey, so we're not dead after all, huh? She was the one to tell me I was dead in the first place, but Death made it sound like she knew otherwise. It's been bothering me, honestly. So they say. After a moment of silence, I realize I'm going to have to be the one to force this conversation. You, knew that it was a social death, didn't you? I don't believe I know anything about this place. Her tone carries a mix of annoyance and exhaustion. You can't trust anything, Death says. All they want is to keep us all under their thumb. This hourglass thing might be part of that. You think so? Maybe. She holds up her hourglass, turning it sideways. There's no way to confirm that this has anything to do with whatever life I have left. In fact, I'm certain that in my case it doesn't. How can you be sure? I know that I'm dead, Ashley. Her tone is cold and intense. A little frightening, even. That doesn't make it okay to lie to me. My voice wavers. I'm horrible at confrontation, but she backs down anyway. If you had just explained it differently, like how Death did it, a social death is a lot easier for me to accept than my actual, literal death, you know? But what if that's a lie? Then what, Ashley? We don't know that it is. I mean, how do you know you're really dead? Because I was murdered. Scarlet sips the hourglass into her pocket and enters the room beside us. If that's the case. She had every reason to believe Death was lying. She just didn't want to get my hopes up. I follow her inside to apologize. Scarlett stands at the other side of the room, gazing out of the window into the endless void. Scarlett, I'm sorry. You were right about Celadon's trial, too. I should have just trusted you. You think I'm a cold-hearted bitch. What? That's not true. She can be a little mean, but a bitch? I wouldn't think that at all. I get it all the time. I'm sure people would admire my personality more if I were a man. Not a bitch, Scarlett. Anyone who calls you that just sucks. You're a good girl, Ashley. She sighs, letting go of the tension from before. Sorry for making you feel like I lied to you. Let's share information properly this time. Yeah, whatever helps us get out of here. Scarlett starts by showing me her hourglass. Nearly full at the top, meaning she has plenty of time to revive, according to Death anyway. I wasn't given an hourglass, so there's no telling how much time I have, but if Scarlett's doing just fine after 3 months, maybe I don't need to worry about it so soon? Knowing the deadline might only make me panic in the end, so we decide to forget about it for now. Scarlett folds her arms and leans back against the window. The other thing I should tell you is this isn't a hospital. Oh yeah, Celadon mentioned that before. It looks different to everyone. So, what is this place to you, Scarlett? To me? An office building. The one I used to work at. Scarlett goes into another one of her speeches, although this one feels far less rehearsed. Before she was killed, she was forced to quit her job. She doesn't say what that job was exactly, but there was some kind of scandal caused by her boss, and she was unknowingly complicit in it. All she did was shred some papers like she was told. It got her stalked by journalists, and there was all this public outrage, but I'm almost surprised I hadn't heard of whatever case this was. It's not like I've watched the news, however. Scarlett delivers her story coldly, without a hint of emotion attached. She sounds tired of it all. I don't want to push her with more questions, but get this at all. So then if your boss was the bad guy here, why were they coming after you instead? God knows, Ashley. If I call it misogyny, they'll accuse me of dodging culpability. None of my friends wanted anything to do with me. I didn't want the trouble. Some of them even believed those articles. I was getting harassed on the street. I could barely leave my apartment. A social death meaning all of your relationships were destroyed. What about your family? My mother passed away when I was young, and I haven't spoken to my father since I was a teenager. We never got along. I may as well not have a family. Maybe it's better that way. They would have become targets because of me. Because of you. Weren't you the only one in that situation? Weren't you only in that situation because of your boss? Unfair, isn't it? I ignored the rumors about him. We used to get along. But it turns out he's just another shitty, abusive white man in a long line of shitty, abusive white men. Hating him is easy. It's boring. Me, on the other hand, I'm a traitor to my entire gender. Despicable. Traitor, but what? This all sounds so extreme. It's because I'm the only one who destroyed the evidence. It doesn't matter that I didn't know what was on those papers. Everyone that believes that I must have known. If I'd just taken the time to look through them, if I hadn't been so buried in work, I could have realized what they were. That fucking bastard. I'm just the last in the line of women whose lives he's ruined. Scarlet sighs again, much heavier this time. That fucking bastard. Just the last in the line of women whose lives he's ruined. Scarlet sighs again, much heavier this time. It's still so painful to think about. You'd think after a few months away from it all, I could laugh about it. How could anyone laugh about any of that? It led you to getting killed, didn't it? Something like that. Huh? Her murder must have been related to this, right? That's why she was telling me. Anyway, I'd rather not dwell on it. When I revive, I'll be starting completely over. Starting over like a whole new life? That's the plan. There's no salvaging my old life. I'm dead. But that doesn't have to mean the end of Scarlet. Or maybe I can change my name to Rouge or something. Rouge, I like that. Want to change it right away? What? I have to explain myself to everyone? No, thanks. I don't think anyone would make a big deal out of it. All that aside, let's stay focused on where we are now. Right. Finding a way to revive. Well, listen, Scarlet. Celadon and I are gonna help each other. Maybe if we work together, we can beat death. Celadon, huh? You think that earnestly doing those trials is going to get you anywhere? I mean, I know it hasn't worked for him so far, but he hasn't had any help until now. But you know, if we're really here because of our social lives were over, don't you think making friends is the way out? No, I don't think so. Huh? Life isn't sunshine and rainbows, Ashley. The power of friendship won't save the day here. But it might. We'd be stronger as a team, and maybe we could. Did you forget I was murdered? You really think teamwork can bring back the dead? She makes it sound so childish. Am I wrong to think we can save each other? No. There has to be some secret to this afterlife that only death has access to. The source of their powers. If you want to cast your bet with Celadon, go right ahead. I'm not wasting my time on any more trials. Scarlet. She leaves the room and I'm left standing alone. Dejected. When I get back to the lobby, Celadon is sitting right where I left him. Oh, hey Ash, did you have fun exploring the place? Yeah, sorta. I talked to the others. How'd that go? Scarlet doesn't want to help us, and Death was only interested in playing video games. There's games here? They didn't let me play. If they did, it'd probably be for a trial anyway. That's too bad about Scarlet, though. We all have the same goal. We should just work together. She said the power of friendship won't save the day. She's not gonna do any trials. What does she have against the power of friendship? It's helping me stay hopeful, at least. Yeah, me too. The silence hangs between us for a moment. Celadon looks to the ceiling and sighs. Can I be honest with you, Ash? Sure. Sometimes I wonder if we'd be better off staying here. What do you mean? If I woke up tomorrow and I had to go back to my normal life. Back to my messy apartment, frozen meals, paying bills. selling products. Back to credit card debt. Oh god, it's been such a relief not having to worry about my financial situation. But you're doing the trial so you can revive, right? That's the goal. It is. Even though my life was a mess, I can't just abandon it, right? What would I do if I actually stayed here? If he's really been here for years, that messy life he's talking about must feel so far away. Mine still feels like I only just lost it. Is there anything you miss in the real world? I miss showering. Showering. I haven't found any bathrooms at all in this place. Isn't that weird? Why do we need them? Oh, you're right. There aren't even any sinks, are there? My hair never gets greasy, and I haven't felt sweaty, even with all the running around I've done. But technically, I haven't showered in years. I don't stink, do I? No, you don't smell like anything. Good, good. I still feel like I want to shower again. I miss that refreshing feeling of being all warm and clean. I can't relate. I've always hated showering. What? Really? How come? It just sucks having to get used to the changing temperatures. It's so uncomfortable. I can't stand up for that long. Well, normally, I mean. I don't get tired here. Huh? I guess being here has its benefits. That's interesting. The TV screens above us suddenly flash to a bright, staticky white. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Calling all losers. I thought of some trials for y'all. Come downstairs to get started. The screens switch off in unison as abruptly as they turned on. Celadon, and I exchange looks. Are you ready? No, but we should probably go anyway. When Celadon and I reached the morgue, Scarlet and Death were already there waiting for us. I waved to Scarlet, but she turns away. Guess she's mad at me for sticking with Celadon. Now that we've assembled, Death taps their scythe on the floor and makes their announcement. Scarlet, it's time for your next trial. Pass? She said it so quickly. Death barely even had time to finish their sentence. Ash them. They turned to me. I can feel myself starting to sweat. I made you something special. It's a video game. A game? Like GTA or something? Nah, I can't 3D model for shit. I made you a card game. They pull out a small handheld and offer it to me. It's a retro model, similar to the one I got in elementary school. This is a Pain Boy. The cart's already there, so turn it on, try it out. If you can beat my game, get to revive. I have a feeling Death designed something extremely difficult, maybe even impossible. Should I? Yeah, we should. I click the on switch. Can't hurt to try. Game begins with one Joker face up. I Pick up cards from 2 to ace. Collect the suits in this order. Choose the wrong card, you lose. Just play already. Ah. Oh, I just pick any. Okay. Need a more methodical way of doing this. Oh, it made me give up. I shut the game off in defeat. I give up. I don't have the patience for this. Death snickers, taking back their pain boy. A waste of time after all. It's time for your next trial, Dunny. He stiffened in preparation. I couldn't help but feel nervous for him, too. He had his arm to offer some reassurance. You can do it, buddy. Yeah. Thanks, Ash. Okay, Death, what is it? What do you need me to do this time? Not much. Death ascends high over our heads just like they did before. They open a different drawer this time. When they pull out the table, it appears to be empty. This game is simple. They descend back down toward us with a hint of darkness in their voice. It's called Say When. Before I know it, my feet leave the ground. I barely have time to register what's going on before my body hits cold metal. My IV bag hits my chest and I scramble to catch it. When did it get taken off its hook? Where am I? Darkness. The blinding white I had only just gotten used to was replaced with an oppressive black that turned my confusion into an abject fear. Stunned, terrified to move an inch. All I can do is breathe while my mind searches for an explanation. Ash! Celadon's voice gets through to me, coming from somewhere below me, muffled slightly. What the fuck are you doing? Let her out. Inside of something, I tentatively reach one hand out into the darkness in front of my face. It's flat, smooth, and cold. Metal, like the surface I was thrown onto. I reach the same hand to the side. We're panicked this time. My worst fears are realized. I've been shoved inside one of the drawers in the wall. A drawer meant for dead bodies. Please, I don't want to be in here. Please, someone. My words come out as a whimper. Not sure anyone can even hear them. Up to you to save her, Donnie. I'll let you out if you ask. Death's voice is taunting, like a playground bully. The sound of someone who isn't really going to do what they're offering. But free here too soon, and you lose the trial. Celadon! I call out in panic desperation. He has to let me out. He has to. Let her out. Grief washes over me. He really did it. Gave up on his trial for me. I don't have to stay locked up in here like a corpse. Death opens the locker and light returns to my world. This bright light that I hated. I get to come back to it now. See my friends' faces again. My friends, well, Celadon is definitely a friend. Scarlet isn't happy with me, but she might come around. As for Death, or at least helping me down from here. I hang my IV bag back on its hook. Half empty now. Celadon rushes over to me once I've gathered myself. Are you okay? Yeah, that was scary. Thanks for calling it off. Well, you know what they say, live to fight another day again. Yeah, you'll win the next one. Glance over at Death and Scarlet. This is why I don't bother with these things. But I'm glad Celadon had the good sense to let you out, Ashley. I would have kicked his ass if he didn't. I let a small laugh. I could see that happening. I could feel Death staring me down through their mask. This probably isn't the outcome they were expecting. Okay, losers. Clearly my trials this time were up to snuff. Well, I've already thought of something better for you, Donnie. You can relax while I prepare it. It's gonna be hard to relax, but okay. Let's go to my room. I offered without a second thought. I figured it'd be a nice place to just chill. Far away from this awful morgue, at least. You have a room, Ash? Where I woke up, so that's how I think of it. You're welcome to come too, Scarlet. We can, like, strategize or something. No, thank you. I'll keep investigating on my own. Scarlet turned to leave, this time giving me a smile and a wave before exiting the room. At least she doesn't seem to be mad at me or anything. That's good. Do we still have to strategize? Nah, let's relax. Who knows what Death's gonna throw at us next? Yeah, I try not to guess ahead of time. It just makes me more anxious. We smile and laugh with each other as we head to the elevator. It feels so nice to make a real friend. So this is your room? Yeah, my hospital room. Celadon looks around, approaching one of the empty walls. Right. These rooms are all an illusion. What do you see it as? Is my bed still a bed? Yeah, it's like a dorm room. Nice paintings on the walls. Paintings? Yeah, of nature and stuff. I remember them from my time in rehab. Celadon has told me a lot of personal stuff in the short time I've known him. I wonder if I should open up more too. I guess I already told him about being in the hospital, though. Is there anything else to my life, really? I've had to focus on my health for so long, and I don't have many options when it comes to hobbies. Mostly I just play video games. I doubt he's interested in that kind of thing, though. He's much older than me, and judging by what he's mentioned so far, he spends his time out in the world talking to people. Who's even married? Well, divorced now. He's lived a much fuller life than me. What's wrong, Ash? Must have let my sadness show on my face because he's worried about me. What should I say? Oh, it's nothing. I don't know how to respond. I hope he buys that. It's kind of true. Yeah, well, I won't bring up rehab again if it makes you uncomfortable or something. No, that's not it. I'm glad you're open about stuff like that. It makes you easy to talk to. Scarlet and Death are a lot more closed off in comparison. Yeah, I probably know more about you than I do about Scarlet. Really? When I asked how she ended up here, she snapped at me and said, "It's none of my business." Guess it's not something she can easily share with everyone. It did seem painful for her to talk about it. Celadon and I take a seat on the bed and continue chatting. I tell him a little about my family, how my mom works in real estate and my dad's an IT technician. As they both work, I've always been well provided for, but I was left on my own a lot. I always got the feeling they cared more about their jobs than me. Can't be easy having to care for a sick kid all the time, though. I guess I don't blame them. I feel like they only had me because you're kind of expected to have a kid after you get married. Not sure of them. I'm not sure either of them were all that excited about being parents. They still took care of me, though, even if it felt a little distant. I've always had trouble connecting with both of them. Someone once told me that your relationship with your parents changes a lot once you're an adult. You can see them more as a person, but... well, maybe it's just because of my circumstances. The only change in our relationship was that they weren't obligated to care for me as much anymore. They still pay for my health insurance at least. I haven't been completely abandoned. I just haven't heard from either of them in a long time. My IV drips. Oh, right. It's starting to run low. Wasn't it? My IV's gonna run out. No, that's not good. Open up the cabinets, curious to see if there are any medical supplies stored inside. Every one of them is empty. When do you need a nurse to help change the IV anyway? I've seen them do it enough times. I've seen them do it enough times. I just need an extra set of hands. Oh, I'm bad with needles. Maybe Scarlet can help? What's in this bag anyway? It's just saline. I'm probably fine without it, but it's medication. If it's the reason I've been feeling so healthy, I really shouldn't risk going without it. Celadon, can you help me search for a refill? Sure, whatever you need, Ash. We'll make our way down opposite sides of the hall, checking each door along the way. One of these has to be a supply closet, right? That's what I expected, but it's just been identical room after identical room. What am I gonna do if we can't find a refill? Does it even matter here in the afterlife? I don't need to eat or sleep. I shouldn't need medicine either, right? I woke up here with the IV in. It feels important. So we kept searching. But soon we reached the end of the hall. Find anything? Sorry, they're all empty. The closets don't even have hangers in them. Let's try another floor. As we make our way to the elevator, we hear a familiar voice come through the PA system. Why are you making me... Ashley, Celadon, you're needed at the front desk, please. Her words are falsely sweet, like a customer service rep faking her way through the day. Maybe the front desk will be a good place to check anyway. His tone is hopeful, but I'm not. We could make a quick stop there anyway. While the elevator descends to the lobby, I stare nervously at my IV bag. Drips once, trying to intimidate me. Scarlet is seated behind the front desk, playing her part as the hospital receptionist. Death leans over the counter, looking like a delinquent, giving her a hard time. Well, that's basically what's going on here. Death is the bully, giving all of us a hard time. Celadon and I walk over to the pair together. about my IV. Will it even last through another trial? Should probably mention it before we get sidetracked. Before I get a chance to speak, Death calls out to us. Wow, you guys really came running. Masochists. They made fun of us for following instructions. Scarlet fires back from behind the desk before I can figure out how to respond. Oh, shut up. You criticize them if they took their time getting here, too. She stands up and walks over to greet us. Listen, Death is plotting something. They haven't left me alone since the previous trial. Sorry you had to put up with that, Miss Scarlet. But, there's actually something urgent we should talk about. Teledon gestures to me. It's kind of him to give me an opening like this. Something urgent? I've been running around looking for medical supplies. My IV's gonna run out, so... Oh, you're right. It's drained so much. Death. Ashley needs a new IV bag. Are there any refills? Maybe. Maybe. This is a medical emergency, isn't it? I'm not really sure. Mostly I would feel weird without it. Death leans forward, turning to Celadon with a snicker. You want to cancel the trial? Couldn't we just postpone it? No. It's annoying. It is the trial anyway. Ash, we shouldn't start it before we settle your emergency. I want to know. Impossible. We can forfeit right away. Oh. Okay, as long as you're fine with it. Well, I am not fine with it. I'm going to help you look, Ashley. As Scarlet turns to leave, Death stops her. You sure you want to do that, Scarlet? She freezes. Death's planning something after all. Donnie's trial is going to require everyone's participation, including yours. Fine. Explain the stupid trial, then I'm leaving. Alright. For phase 1 of the trial, a certain drug is hidden somewhere in this building. A drug? Like medication? You could do that. Whoops. Scarlet, you saw me hide it. The trial won't progress until it's brought here. I certainly saw you hide something, but I couldn't see what it was. It's something for you, Ashley. Is it for my IV? Oh, I'm too afraid to ask. If you hid her meds, just tell us already. You'll see when you find out. You'll see when you find it. Death walks around the desk, then plops down in the office chair. They lean back and put their feet up on the desk. Scarlet takes off toward the stairway in a hurry. At least she didn't need convincing. Should we wait here? I've never had to think about what would happen if I ran out of medication before. There were always nurses taking care of that for me. And before I was hospitalized, my mom always managed it. You're in the afterlife, a place where your body's condition stays the same even if you don't eat or sleep. We shouldn't think of it as normal medication, probably. Still, I really don't need an IV. Why did I wake up with one? It's just not fluids, is it? I keep thinking in circles like this, my time will run out. My time. It's running out. Like an hourglass. Huh? Death told me I didn't have an hourglass. Do you think it's because my IV is acting like one in its place? If that's true, then... Death snickers behind the desk. Man, that's a good one. Hidden in plain sight, huh? Yeah, Am I right? Do I really only have this much time left? Gee, I wonder. Screw you, I want to revive. I'm not ready to die yet. The door to the stairwell swings open and Scarlet comes running back to us. Scarlet, did you find it? Not an IV bag. It is some type of liquid, though. Shows us the bottle. It's unlabeled, save for a hastily attached piece of masking tape with a word scribbled on in black ink. Conan? What is that? What is this for? Beth takes the bottle out of her hand and waves it around like a prize. Conan is a chemical compound extracted from a plant called poison hemlock. A small dose is enough to cause paralysis. Starts in your toes and works all the way up through your whole system. If you ingest it, it causes respiratory failure. You'll be conscious, unable to breathe, slowly losing oxygen till you die. In other words, it's deadly poison. Poison? You can't mean. The second part of your trial, Dunny. Ashley over here has to drink this. What, me? It has to be you. They're such good friends, right? Why don't you drink it instead, you monster? Call it off. You don't have to drink that, Ash. It's not up to you, Celadon. This time it's Ash's choice. But I'll throw you a bone, Ash. Let's count this trial as a double whammy. If you drink it, I'll let you revive with Celadon. Assuming you survive, that is. I'll be waiting outside. You have 5 minutes. With that, Beth turns on their heel and walks out the automatic doors. It's up to me. I step toward the automatic doors. Look, we don't even know if the poison has any effect in the afterlife. Felt just fine the entire time I've been here. I haven't felt normal like that since I was a little kid. I don't know if that's because this place is special or if it's because whatever's in my IV was helping me. But I think my time left to feel good is over now. Something that shouldn't have been possible in the first place. That's why I'm okay with this. Don't worry about me, alright? I stepped outside, letting the doors close behind me before Scarlet or Celadon could say another word. Beyond the hospital doors is an endless expanse of bright white. Hard to believe there's a place even brighter than the inside of that hospital. Although I guess it's all an illusion. What I'm banking on. The illusion of it all. This place isn't real, my IV isn't real, and the poison isn't real. Maybe. I hope. I think Celadon is real, though. I have a chance to help him whether I turn out to be right or wrong. Whoa. You really came out. Yeah. Ready. They hand me the bottle of poison. Glass is thick and heavy. Looks like you still have some time left. Any last words? No, not really. I twist open the cap. There isn't any particular smell to the liquid. Seriously, you're ready to sacrifice yourself just like that? Well, you said I can revive if I drink it too. You're willing to die horribly for a chance to go back to the real world? To go back to pain and suffering every single day of your life? Well, I made a friend. Maybe I won't have to suffer alone anymore. You're nuts. Do you know that? You're the one who came up with the trial. Yeah, and it's an insane one. Who the hell would choose to drink lethal poison for some schlub they just met? You're right, I don't have to do this. I'd probably get used to things here in the afterlife. Being stuck here might not be so bad. There's so many things I don't know about this place. And it's a little fun, trying to learn about it all. If death is okay living here, maybe I could too. You can call this living. But I'm not really doing this for my own revival. Like Celadon. He deserves a win. Open bottle weighs heavily in my hands. Chug the entire thing in one go. It's disgusting. But I've taken worse tasting medicine before. Keep my eyes shut tight as I wait for the effects of the poison to hit. I don't feel anything. How long is this supposed to take anyway? Damn it, you guys win. Death walks back toward the hospital doors. What happens now? How long until I, die horribly? Shut up and come with me. When we walk back into the building, Scarlet and Celadon run up to me with faces full of concern. Ash, how are you feeling? Normal, I guess. Had a bad aftertaste, but I don't feel any different yet. What's gonna happen to her, Death? Nothing. Death's voice is whiny and childish, the voice of a sore loser. But she drank the entire bottle of Conaine. It's a fucking tincture, like those health products you used to sell, Donnie. I never sold poison. That's exactly what I'm saying. It was Conaine tincture. They start with the hemlock, then dilute it down until there isn't a single molecule of hemlock left. They say it keeps the memory of the plant, but it's water. It's water. But then the healthy tinctures I sold. Also a scam. Shit's called homeopathy. I learned about it on a podcast. So that's the catch. Huh. I called their bluff. Shut up, bitch. Made it too easy. Anyway, we gotta revive now, right? You and Celadon do. Tough luck, Scarlet. I feel bad for leaving her behind. She helped with the trial too. What are you gonna do, Scarlet? Don't worry about me. Compared to Celadon, I only just got here. Go on ahead, Ashley, before your time runs out. With Scarlet's blessing, I look to Celadon and Death. Looks like the power of friendship saved the day after all. Barf. Death walks us over to the elevator. They tell us that no one's ever won a trial before. So they aren't sure exactly how the whole process works. It's weird. I thought they knew everything about this place. But maybe it's all a front? As fake as the poison they made me drink? Either way, it's just me and Celadon now. This elevator is apparently the way out of here. The only way aside from walking out of those front doors, wandering into the void. This is the only place in the building that Death can't see inside. So, there really is a way to revive. It's through here. All we need to do now is figure out how. Celadon and I look around at the walls and ceiling inside the elevator. Each surface is smooth, with no sign of any hidden doors or compartments.
I've been in this elevator so many times. Can we really leave from here?
Tess said they saw people go in and not come out. They had to have gone somewhere.
I've seen a lot of people come and go during my time here. They always just disappeared one day. I guess I've always been too focused on my trials to really pay attention to that kind of thing.
I don't know if I would have noticed it either. My eyes fall on a panel of buttons. There's something odd about them.
Wow, this wasn't here before.
Celadon leans in close, pointing to a button, an O on it. Or maybe a 0?
This must be it. We found it, Ash. Should I press it?
Yeah, go ahead. You earned this.
Even though this was the trial where I did the least.
Celadon presses the button. The elevator doors close.
Going up, huh?
Yeah. Definitely rising. Is this what revival is supposed to feel like? I guess I'd be more worried if we were going down.
Yeah, you're right.
Two of us stand in silence, unsure of what to say to each other.
No one's ever sacrificed themselves like that for me.
It wasn't a sacrifice, though.
It's the thought that counts.
Another silence. How long will this elevator ride be? And will we ever get to see each other again after this? Before I know it, the floor has transformed into a field of dandelions.
Ash?
Yeah? You're seeing this too, right?
What hospital are you staying at?
Oh, it's St. Fellows.
Yeah, I know that place. That's where my grandfather... Well, let's not talk about that. Too depressing.
Wanna come visit?
Yeah, if that would be okay.
Good. That's something to look forward to. I hope he really will come visit, as long as he doesn't try to sell me any supplements.
I used to work in health insurance.
Oh no, he's not reading my mind, is he?
Claims department. I was the guy who looked at insurance claims and tried to find any loophole I could so that the company could deny them. After my grandfather passed, seeing his medical bills, the funeral costs, everything, I just couldn't work there anymore. What an awful thing to do to people.
Sounds hard, yeah.
That's why I wanted to work in medicine. There's no way I could afford to go to medical school. I thought selling supplements was the next best thing. I really wanted to be able to help people, but my life kept spiraling out of control. So I really can't thank you enough for helping someone like me.
Well, it's no problem. Actually, I'm really glad to have been able to help someone at all. Usually, I'm no use to anyone. My eyes well up with tears. Celadon doesn't respond. Celadon? We're still rising. It's too bright to see anything anymore. Please come visit me. I want to stay friends after this. Call out to him, but I'm pretty sure he's gone now. Friends, huh? I thought I might never make a new one. So nice. Knowing I was wrong about that. I feel so light and warm. I just hope we'll meet again soon.
La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. Can you hear my heart break? Counting all my mistakes, it shatters softly like a dandelion. Put my faith in the wind, hoping I'll grow